Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha. I'm an immigrant in the US for 3.5 years. And on this channel, we talk about immigration and looking for your first jobs abroad. But today I want to talk about the topic that is quite frequently overlooked. And this topic is top mistakes that immigrants make when building their credit history in the US. And I found 7 common mistakes that I want to talk to you about. And in the beginning, I want to say that credit history is enormously important in the US, much more important than in majority of other countries abroad. Credit history here may be essential for things like renting an apartment, buying a car, or even looking for the job. And many people do mistakes that are very easily avoidable. So today I want to talk about those mistakes and give you tips and advice on how to avoid those pitfalls. So let's start. And mistake number 1 is not understanding the importance of credit. Credit plays a huge role in the US. Without a credit history here, you may face high interest rates, high deposits for utilities, or you can even be denied a housing or a job without good credit history. So what's credit rating in the US? It varies from 300 to 850, and there are different opinions on what can be good credit rating. But roughly, ratings over 670 can be considered good. Over 740 is very good, and over 800 is excellent. And please remember, building credit in the US is not optional, it's a necessity here. Okay, mistake number 2 is not starting early. And that's completely understandable. People who come to the US, they have a lot to deal with. Like looking for their first apartment, looking for jobs, just settling some routine life things like finding a good grocery, finding a doctor, like whatever. People can be very easily overwhelmed with all these tasks, and credit rating may seem like not that urgent thing to do. But remember that credit history is very important. But here is a problem. In the US, it takes at least 6 months of continuous credit history to get a credit rating in the first place. So the sooner you start building credit, the better. And you can start actually from one very easy step. It's either getting secured credit card, which means the credit card that has no credit limit. You put your own money into this credit card and then you use it. That shows banks that you are able to deal with credit, and in future they may be willing to approve a normal credit card for you. Or another variant is to become an authorized user on somebody else's credit card, and this will also go into your credit rating. Mistake number 3, applying for too many credit cards at once. And it's also understandable, like when you want your first credit card, you may be willing to try a lot of banks and wait for at least one of them to approve a credit card for you. And people do it because it really can be very challenging to get the first credit card approved in the US. But remember that each time you apply for a credit card, here it's called a hard pull, and each hard pull can take 5 to 10 points out of your credit rating. So actually a better strategy here is to research and find one or maybe 2, 3 banks that you think have high chances to approve a credit card for you and apply for them first. Get your first secured credit card, then build some history of paying it off, and then apply for more credit cards. Mistake number 4, using too much of your credit limit. Your credit utilization, which means the percentage of credit limit that you actually use every month, is very important here. And many people don't understand it because they think they have a credit limit, so they can use the 100% of it. But it's not how it works in the US. A good credit usage is considered under 30% of your credit limit. So, for instance, if you have $1,000 of credit you need to use less than $300 out of this credit limit every month. Excellent is actually under 10%, so like under $100. And this credit utilization is 30% of all of your credit rating. So it's super important here. But on the other hand, what I want to tell you is that the only time when your credit utilization is important is your statement day, which happens once a month. So actually, during the months, you can use all of your credit limit if you put money on your credit card before the statement closing day. So for instance, again, if you have $1,000, you used it all, but then by the statement day, you put money on your credit card so that it's like just $100, then it's an excellent credit usage. Mistake number 5, missing payments. And that's essential. That's even more important than credit utilization, because payment history is the main factor that affects 35% of your credit rating. If you miss just one payment, it may significantly damage your credit score, and actually the history remains on your credit score for up to 7 years. So please be diligent with that. Actually, majority of banks offer to set up automatic payments, which can help you a lot. But also, like when you're just starting, put some reminders to the calendar for yourself, not to forget to pay your credit statements. Mistake number 6 is closing your old credit cards. And that's a very logical thing for many people. If they don't use a credit card, they just close and forget about it. But in the US, where the length of credit is also important, it's 15% of the credit score, closing old credit cards may not be the best strategy. Actually, it's better to keep your older credit cards active by making, like, for instance, just one payment every several months will keep this credit card active, and that will allow your credit score to benefit from longer credit history. And the final mistake, number 7, is not monitoring your credit report. I was surprised recently when I learned that 1 out of 5 people in the US have mistakes in their credit report. And this is some random things that you haven't done that impact your credit score. So the recommendation here is to check your credit report at least annually for something fishy, something wrong that you see there. A good resource is annualcreditreport.com. But also I know that majority of banks offer free checks of credit score for their clients. Also, there are other resources, like for instance, Credit Karma, that allows you to check your credit report for free if you register. Only thing that I personally faced with Credit Karma, sometimes it overstates the rating. So keep this in mind, but it will still allow you to see all the records on your credit score and identify if something is wrong there. So if you see any signs of fraud or error, please dispute it immediately. Okay, so here we are. These were 7 common mistakes immigrants, and actually not only immigrants, make when building their credit history in the US. I hope this was helpful, and I hope this will help you to build good financial foundation and open new opportunities in the US. If you find it useful, please subscribe to the channel, press likes, share this video with whoever you think may benefit from it. Also, please share your own thoughts, your own stories, whatever questions you have in the comments. I would love to talk to you. Maybe I would even make a new video out of your question. So see you in the comments. So let's talk, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.